The jungle doesn't forget. Even now, if you listen closely, you can almost hear a voice drifting through the trees. Not screaming, preaching, promising. And that's what makes this story dangerous. Because it didn't begin with horror. It began with hope. Before Jonestown, before the headlines, in the 1950s, there was a young Indianapolis preacher named Jim Jones. And if you had met him in those early days, you might have believed too.
Brothers and sisters, love is the only revolution that matters.
He built a church called the People's Temple. He preached the right things. At a time where segregation was the order of things. He preached integration, equality, community. Black and white families worshipped together. The elderly were fed. The sick were embraced. He remembered your name, your struggle, your grief. And when he looked at you, you felt chosen. He tells you exactly what you need to hear. It's precise. But power changes temperature. At first, it warms you. Then it begins to burn. Jones' sermons started to shift. He stopped reading from the Bible. He said, "I'm your Bible now." His tone sharper. The more power he gained, the more dangerous he became. He performed fake miracles. He pretended to have healed people. He told followers that questioning him is like questioning God. By the 1970s, he had gained thousands of followers in California. Politicians wanted his support because he had lots of supporters useful for their rallies. He even became chairman of the San Francisco Housing Authority. He had absolute control over his followers. Soon, the truth began to unfold. Beatings, lies, sexual abuse, threats, all manner of atrocities. He told his members they were persecutions. He said America hated them because they were pure, so they had to move to somewhere safe.
They're watching us. The government fears what we're building.
Members signed over homes, custody of children, savings, not because they were forced, because they believed. And belief is stronger than chains. Guyana, a remote clearing in South America. He called it paradise. Jonestown, a socialist utopia beyond American corruption. At first, it felt like hope reborn. But the jungle has a way of closing in. Humidity clung to skin. Mosquitoes swarmed. And the loudspeakers never turned off. His voice floated through the trees day and night.
We are surrounded by enemies.
You could not escape it. Not in your thoughts. Not in your bed. The promised land began to feel smaller. Meetings lasted hours. Passports were taken. Letters home were dictated. Guards stood watch. They called emergency drills white nights. Cups with a liquid grape-flavored, metallic drink were passed around. Jones would say it's poison drink. People cried, yet they drank. He would laugh and say, "Izateschi." Not yet.
I want to leave.
He'll hear you.
The jungle was thick, but fear was thicker. And the hardest prison to escape is the one built in your mind. In November 1978, a U.S. Congressman, Leo Ryan, came with journalists and concerned relatives. He wanted to investigate allegations of abuse. Jones welcomed him with a performance. Smiling children, choreographed dances, abundant food for the cameras. They sang, they clapped. They declared themselves happy. But at night, notes were slipped to Ryan, "Help us leave." Some members asked to leave with Leo Ryan. Even though Jones agreed, something in Jones snapped. The next day, at the Port Kaituma airstrip, gunmen from Jonestown opened fire on Ryan's party. Leo Ryan was killed alongside journalists and defectors except Jackie Spare, who was the Leo Ryan's aide. She survived 5 gunshot wounds. When news got to Jones, he knew there was no going back. He gathered everyone at the pavilion and told them they're going to come for us.
They will torture your children. This is the only dignified choice.
His voice wasn't thunder anymore. It was brittle, paranoid, revolutionary suicide, he called it. An act of protest, mothers were told to be strong. A large container of medicine cyanide lace. Flavor Aid was given to mothers to give to their children first. Children cried, mothers begged. Adults trembling. Some cried. Some protested. Some obeyed automatically. Because by then, he had become their world. And when your world tells you there is no escape, you stop searching for one.
If we can't live in peace, then we have to die in peace.
Over 900 lives ended in Jonestown. But the real tragedy wasn't just death. It was devotion. They didn't follow a monster. They followed a vision, equality, safety, belonging. And that is what makes this story terrifying. Because the most dangerous leaders don't begin with cruelty. They begin with compassion. They don't demand control. They earn trust. Slowly, patiently, until leaving feels impossible.